Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy J Rock right here, and welcome back to Comic Swag. Now, today we're gonna be doing something I haven't done in a while, dropping a haul. So I know some of you are like, "Yo, Jay, why you haven't been dropping any haul videos?" Because those tend to get the majority of the views on this channel, and it's slowly becoming to like still comic related, but other stuff, not just hauls. Because I haven't been hauling a lot because I'm pretty happy where my collection is at the moment. If anything, I'm still slowly getting rid of some books. But I'm happy with what I have, and I'm not really planning on collecting new series, right? So what I am doing though is when the new volume of Wolverine gets released or the new X-Men, then I buy them. So that's very like that's maybe one a year, right? One X-Men omnibus or one Wolverine omni. It's not enough to do a haul. So I have been buying the books, keeping up with the collection, but there haven't been enough books for a haul. Let me know how your guys' collection is going, and if you kind of get what I'm trying to say right now. So, anyways, so I have been slowly buying books, like I said, just not a lot in each order, right? And thanks to Omar, yes, Omar from Near Mint Condition. If you guys are familiar with him, if pretty much everybody that collects hardcovers, omnibuses, in collected edition format, we all know his channel, right? He's kind of the one that gives you the announcements, the releases, and so forth. So he raves about Transformers. He talks about how great the comics are. I did not grow up with Transformers. I'm familiar with Transformers by the name and by the design of the characters, right? But I didn't really watch the cartoons. I did watch the movies, so I'm more familiar with them with the movies. And I know in the movies they look completely different, so I would assume they're portrayed different. And I would even say that cartoons are probably portrayed a lot different than the comics are, because the comics are that sweet spot, right? Where they're like not completely too serious and adult, but they're more like teen, so they are better than the kid-friendly cartoons or even the movies. They're very watered down and like kid-friendly, and I feel like the comics are probably gonna bring more to the table. Have not read them. So, anyways, he had recently announced that they had IDW, the publisher, had lost the license to Transformers, so they're not gonna be printing any more of the hardcovers. Just what's left is left, right? Something like that. I don't really know the whole details of the licensing. Although I think I just saw like a hardcover announced like last month, so I don't know how that works. But I was like, you know what? I had been curious about them for a while, and now that you're telling me they might not be around later, I can't keep procrastinating, right? It's like either you buy them or you're not going to be able to down the road. So I was like, let's go ahead and pick them up. If I don't like them, worst case scenario, I can always sell them, right? So I was like, okay, let's do this. So there's gonna be Transformer heavy this haul. Again, don't know much about the comic books, so let's just flip through a few of the pages and show some of the books I picked. Okay, the first one I bought that kind of got everything started was this one. It's called Transformers. Now they go to phases. There's phase one, phase two, phase three, and then there's not really a phase four, but phase four is kind of like a continuation to phase three, right? Because phase three has three books, and then it kind of starts over at volume one, two, three all over again. Again, I don't know what makes it a separate phase or what, because I've not read them and I don't really keep up with them. So, anyways, this is from phase one. This one is called volume two. That's the cover. I got this at a really good price. It's used, but I got it for 20 bucks plus 7 shipping. It's not in perfect condition. I'm trying to straighten out the spine. I don't know if you can tell right there, but it was really bad. Like it was all crooked like that. See how that's not good. I've been slowly trying to kind of make it more straight this way, because it can be an issue here. When this goes that way, these pages start coming past the cover, right? And that's not good because they're gonna start falling out when that happens. And so yeah, I'm trying to kind of slowly fix it. Hopefully, once I put it in a plastic bag and so forth, I'll maybe lay it down like this, and it will maybe straighten out a little bit more. But yeah, this is the book. Outside of the binding, which is the most important part, unfortunately, the binding is in rough shape. But like maybe they put something real heavy on top of it, and it caused this. But outside of the binding, the cover itself is pretty decent condition. Minor shelf wear, like that's to be expected, but no big scratches or anything like that. Oh, can you see that? Yeah, that's you know, that's seen better days. It does have a split there. I might leave it. I might maybe try to fix it with some crazy glue. But another scuff there. The more thing I'm worried about is the binding. Though these things don't bother me too much, it's the binding, because if those pages start falling out. then I'm screwed because I don't think there's anything I can really do about that once that happens. Now, one thing about these books, they come with this. So you read, put it wherever you're in place, right? So it's pretty cool. Built-in bookmarker. Those are they come in so handy, guys. I really love those. I wish all books had them. Like it was just a standard with omnibuses and hardcovers in general. So yeah, let's flip through a few of the pages just to kind of see the artwork. All right, so here's some of the artwork. This artwork here is pretty cool. I'm digging it. But it's not always the same artist. They go back and forth. Whenever it's a long running series, X-Men, Avengers, any of that stuff, you're constantly gonna go through different artists and different writers. So here's some of the art. That was a cool 2-page spread. Let's see the gutter on these hardcovers. It's not too bad. It's pretty clean. For the most part, I do like IDW hardcovers. I have like for example the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones. Those are really well built, and these are basically the same thing. Same company. They're basically built the same. So yeah, I think we'll finish it here. Now, what I do like is that you have the same writer for a long time for a lot of these volumes. I don't know exactly where he stops, but he stays on for a good minute. And it could be a good or bad thing because if it doesn't start off good, we're gonna be stuck with the same guy for a while. So yeah, here's some more of the art. Oh shit, I heard a crack here that I don't like the way that sounded. Again, this book was used, but I did get it a good deal. I said 20 bucks plus 7 shipping because I talked to the seller about it. And because of the binding and all that, he was like, okay, let's do this price. And I thought it was a fair price because I know these are becoming a little bit harder to find. I didn't even I found a new copy and it was like almost double the price, like 50. So I didn't even know it was going that high. Let's see the binding here again. Look at that. The binding for the most part is not bad, but I don't want to mess with it too much because you did see how the spine looks, so I don't want to do anything to it that could make it worse. So let's check out. All right, so the next one I got here is volume 3. These are all from different sellers. This one, how much did I get this one for? I don't remember, but I was trying to get all of them at under the cover price because some of them are going for different prices, right? They're all over the place right now. I wanna say I got this one for $35, which was the price they used to go for on in stock trades, right? They used to go for 35 bucks. So 35 is like that sweet spot at like the price I would have gotten back then. So that's the perfect deal for me, right? So yeah, I think this one was 35 and it said new. It's not that big an issue to me because it looks like it's in great condition. I haven't really took it out of this plastic yet, but it's not new because this one it has this plastic that I put my books in these type of plastics as well. They're like Mylar bags, right? This is how the spine looks for phase 1, by the way. So anyways, this is volume 3. It's it seems to have been like resealed. I'm not sure because look at this one. This one also says new, again from a different seller. This one I think I got at $30. I guess it's, I don't know, maybe I just lucked out. I think the guy wanted 35 and I offered 30. I think that's how it went down. So this is volume 6. Volume 6 covers Bumblebee. And this one also said new, but this one's actually sealed, right? Like with a plastic. See? You see what I'm saying? And that one said new, but it doesn't have that plastic. It's some Mylar bag over it. So it makes me think it's not new or it was just opened and because some comic stores open them and then put them on the shelves. Either way, it looks in good condition. I haven't took it out of the bag. I'm gonna take it out in a minute just to make sure everything's intact. This one's still sealed, so it's all good there. So those are all the ones I got from phase 1. Let me show this book. This one I was kind of stoked for. I have not read it, but I have heard a lot of hype, and it's a one and done. It's a complete collection in one book. So it's like, cool, that's not something I have to buy a lot of volumes of, right? It's called The Ballad of Halo Jones. It's it says full color omnibus edition. Nice hardcover, and it's in color. I believe the original issues were in black and white from 2000 AD. This was I'm familiar with this publisher from Judge Dredd. Now the old school Judge Dredd from the 80s. If you see the paperbacks or the omnibuses they have, they're in black and white up to like volume 7 or 8. So it's like the late 80s, 90s. Then it's in color. This stuff came out back in that same magazine. But back in the, I believe, at the same time when the Judge Dredd stuff was still in black and white. So this was originally in black and white as well. They reprinted it. They put the complete collection in one hardcover, which is pretty cool, and it's been colored. If the colors are like this, let me show you the back. It looks real nice as well. If they're like this, I'll be super happy. I have bought some Judge Dredd before that are in color. They were originally in black and white, and the colors on them suck. I did not like them. I prefer just reading them in black and white. But here the colors look pretty good. It looks almost like a crayon style, right? Or color pencils, which I enjoy. On the other one, they were like a digitally remastered coloring, and they look cartoonish, wherein sometimes it's supposed to give off a horror vibe and be kind of more serious, and it came off more cartoony, bright colors, and it didn't work for me. The coloring didn't fit the tone of the stories or the art style. So yeah, here it looks like they did a lot better job. Again, have not opened this one or took it out of this thing. I want to do that with all these books, but the video would run forever if I do that and flip through every book, right? One thing I gotta tell you, the 2001 AD, they're like magazine style. So what I mean by that is comic book style is like this. Magazine style is the same height, but you see it's a lot wider. See, so the pictures are a lot bigger. Magazine styles are more closer to what a square would be, right? And the comic book style is almost like a rectangle. So yeah, stoked to I hear a lot of good things about this one. Also, Alan Moore, I'm familiar with him, but I have never read any of his stuff, so I'm not familiar with the style in which he writes in, right? So we'll see how that one is. Next books, these are from what I guess technically would be Phase 4, but it's not really Phase 4. It's kind of like a continuation of Phase 3. So I don't know, it gets confusing here, but I know these go after Phase 3 basically. I got this one from In Stock Trades. This was along with that Halo Jones. That Halo Jones was a really good deal. It was $20. This one I believe was 32, 35, something like that. So yeah, it's volume 1. And now look at this one. The spines are different on these. This is volume 1 of like technically Phase 4. And look at this one. It just shows a full picture. Look at the way the other ones looked. The other ones had this thing, right? And I showed the title. These don't have that. They don't have any of that. It just says Transformers on the top. And then the backs. Well, first let's show the spines. This one has the big IDW. This one has this. I kind of like these spines more than these. I'm not a big fan of this design. But then the backs have, like this one says Hasbro Toys and whatnot right there. Which I found interesting. And these did not. The old IDW ones don't have anything letting you know that it's from Hasbro's. So yeah, these are still fairly available, pretty cheap, less than cover price on all over the internet. So that's volume 1, and this is volume 2. This one I got on, I put this plastic bag on it myself. This one I got on Amazon for like $15, which was a killer deal. Used copy. You always take a gamble when you order used, especially from Amazon, because you don't know when they say good condition or like new condition. You don't know what that means. Sometimes I've gotten some books in good condition that were brand new, and I gotten some that say like new and they had issues, right? That they were damaged and whatnot. This one said, I think just said good condition, so it's $15. And turns out this is the main reason. It has this. You call that an overstock mark. So once they put that on it, they immediately go on sale at a big discount. So $15 plus the 5 shipping. It was basically about 20. Great deal for what these books are and the quality of them and so forth. This one, since it's open, let's flip through a few of the pages. All right, let's check out some of the art. And right now I heard the spine crackling, so I already know it has issues. And I was thinking it's maybe because it's a used copy, but I'm looking at it and I think it's the manufacturer. I think it was made this way, which sucks because the other volumes seemed a little bit better built. We'll see. Let me know if you want me to do a future video on that, talking about each phase and see the differences in the build. Because just because it's the same company, I kind of assumed they'd all be the same. But this one clearly feels different. These are the newer volumes, right? The more recent release stuff. So I'll get to it right now. Let me just show a few of the art real quick. Here, look at the painted style. So this art style, it looks cool. But the thing when you see this is it almost looks like a digital painted style, right? When you get that type of art, the issues with it sometimes is like at first glance, it looks very cool. But when you're actually reading it, when the way the action flows or the movements sometimes come off very stiff, where it's when it's drawn with pencils and it looks more cartoony or colorful, if you will. Sometimes the action just moves better, even though when you initially look at it, you say, "Oh, well, this looks better." But really, the other style tells a story much better, right? So hopefully that's not the case here. We'll see. But just by looking at these pictures, they seem a bit stiff to me. See here, we got another one that's like very cartoony here, which both styles look cool to me. And maybe this is just a separate a new story arc, right? I know some people like to have one consistent artist. I do as well. I don't mind if the artist changes once the story arc is over and you're starting a new story arc. But I don't like in the same story arc to constantly get different artists. It's not a fan of that. If you're gonna get a different artist in the same story, I like it to serve a purpose. Like maybe you get a different artist during the flashbacks, so you know all their flashbacks because it's this other art, right? Something along those lines makes more sense. Now here you got two stories going on. Now if you guys could tell there, look, that's the glue. These books are glued and then they're also sewn. So they also have sewn binding. So if the glue comes off, they're still held together by the needle and the thread, right? But that thread, I feel it's not strong enough to hold them together by itself. It needs that glue. And here, the type of glue they're using here, look, it's all coming off all right there. So I don't know how long would last with just this, right? Just the threads. Hopefully I'm only gonna read them once, so I'm not gonna read them a lot of times. But this is gonna probably make me wanna. We'll see. Thinking it's gonna make me wanna sell them after I read them, because I'll be scared to read them multiple times because I don't want those pages coming off. Now I wanted to talk about one more thing about this book. See here, it says it collects issues 13 through 18 of Transformers. And then it says it collects 1 through 6 of Transformers Galaxy. So we have two different stories going on, right? 6 issues of one story, 6 issues of the other. So hence that would make sense, the two different art styles, right? So we got two different artists, two different story arcs. Now, if you get all 6 issues of one story, you get the whole story. Then you get the other 6 issues. So you get the first half of the book, one artist, second half, another artist. That's cool. I don't mind that. Now, when you go, because sometimes in the mapping, they do one issue of one series, one issue of the other, then issue 2 of one series, issue 2 of the other. When they do that, I don't like it because you get one art, then the other, then one art, and it jumps back and forth, and you don't read the story. It doesn't go as smoothly, right? You want to read the whole entirety of one story, then the whole entirety of the other. So that's something to watch out for. Once I actually read these or flip through the pages more, I might do an individual video on each one and explain things in more detail once I've read them and I have more to say, right? Now I'm looking at this video. It's gonna run pretty long if I keep going, so I'm gonna do the other half of this haul on a separate video that will go up next week. So stay tuned for that one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, man. It really helps out the channel, and it'll help you out as well, because it'll let you know when on your feed when the next video goes up, right? So if you like hauls, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And more importantly, what I'm doing right now is I'm reading a lot of the books I'm reading. I'm doing little videos on them, telling you the story, reading it back to you in case you have not read it yourself. And once I finish reading those stories, I do a video with pictures and stuff, kind of like a little cartoon, right, that you get to watch. Once I finish doing those videos of said story arc or whatever, then I'm gonna be doing a video giving my thoughts and opinions on that story arc. Then I'll read the next story arc, make a video on it, showing you the story back to you, and then another video giving my opinions and whatnot about it. So we're gonna get that thing in the future. That's gonna kind of be the trend for the near future, at least. So if that sounds cool to you, hopefully you stay subscribed and whatnot. And other than that, that's all we have to talk about right now. And I'll just check you guys out next time.